This is my audience for my informative speech.
Hi, I'm John.
As we know, there's been a lot of political debate about gun control on the news lately. And politicians, they want to ban firearms, like all firearms in general. They want to take away our Second Amendment right and just ban all firearms. But they want to ban one in particular, and that is the AR-15. Contrary to popular belief, AR-15 does not stand for assault rifle or automatic rifle. AR actually stands for Armalite Rifle, which is the company that first made that style of firearm back in the 1950s. There was a study by Steven Crowder, who he went onto the street and on the sidewalk, set up a booth with a whole bunch of different types of firearms and asked non-gun owners to state their opinion on gun control common sense. So he had an AR-15, an AK-47, a couple hunting rifles, and various other different types of weapons on the table. So he asked them, and they used terms like fully semi-automatic, which if you didn't know, that isn't a thing. It's either fully automatic or semi-automatic. He asked them which were okay to own and which firearms you should ban. And there was a trend where every firearm that had wood, that was made of wood and metal, it was okay to own. But if it was made of synthetic plastic and metal or looked black and scary, they wanted you to ban it. But one thing really stood out to me. There were two rifles in particular. There was an AR-15, which, if you didn't know, shoots a smaller .223 caliber round, or .556, which is about that long. And there's a hunting rifle, the 30-06, which has a round about that long. It's much bigger than the AR-15's round. And everybody said that we should ban the 30-06 round and anything that shoots it, but we should keep anything with the .223, because that would do the trick just right to take down a deer. But they wanted the AR-15 banned and not the 30-06 hunting rifle, so they kind of contradict themselves there. Steven Crowder actually also did a experiment on the gun control loophole, gun show loophole, my bad. Which, if you didn't know what the gun show loophole was, it's all over the news. That says that you can buy a fully automatic or any type of firearm at a gun show without a background check. And he proved that wrong. He went up to every seller and asked if he could buy a fully automatic weapon anywhere, and they said that you cannot. And he asked if he could buy any weapon without a background check, and they said no. And in the past 10 years, there's been 4 million denied firearm sales in the United States due to background checks. And in recent news, there was the tragic shooting in Las Vegas. 64-year-old Stephen Paddock was the shooter. He shot from the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay Hotel. He had over 23 firearms in his room, killed 58 people and himself. But there's new news that has arisen that there may have been multiple shooters, some from the ground level of the hotel or just ground in general. Things like that, they happen. It's because people with sick, demented minds. That brings me to my final point, where in my eyes, like my opinion, guns don't kill people. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They're dangerous in the wrong hands. In my opinion, guns do not kill people. Sick people with sick minds kill people. And there was a quote that I really liked from Cy Robertson. You may know him from the show Duck Dynasty, Uncle Cy. He says, it's not gun control we need, it's sin control. And I completely agree, because guns, they can be used in a very fun recreational way, such as like hunting or just for sport, collection. Then people also use them for the wrong reasons, like killing other humans, and it's not an act of war. I really like that quote from Cy. How we achieve sin control, I have no idea. It's probably never going to happen, because there's always going to be sick people in the world. So in this speech, I went over like AR-15 meanings, what people that don't know anything about guns know about guns, which is nothing really. Talked about some tragic events that happened with different types of firearms, and that how I do not think that guns kill people. It's people with sick minds that are holding those guns kill people. So thank you for listening to my speech. This is my audience once again.